Mr. Anson here with another video for our Phi Ed lesson. So when we had during school, we had a game that we played called Roll the Dice. So with Roll the Dice, we had 18 different options or 18 different movements that we could do depending on which number the dice landed on. So we had 3 dice, so 6 plus 6 plus 6. The highest number that you could do would be 18. So 18, if I rolled an 18, I would do number 18 on the board. So for example, at the end of the game, I can freeze the screen or show you the screen for a long period of time so that if you want to at home, roll the dice and play the game yourself. But right now, I'm going to go through each movement individually and show you that you for sure know if you are playing the game or following along, if you watch it again and again and again, that you know which movement is what it is. So for the first one, number 1 on this board here would be simply running in place. So obviously if you're playing with more than 1 dice, it's not going to land on 1. But for example, what you do is you'd run in place for 30 seconds. So you'd run in place for 30 seconds. So you want to bring your knees up, arms moving, knees up high, not too high, not above your waist. So arms will be up and high, moving like this. So that would be your running in place option. So for example, if I were to roll 2, number 2 on the board is touch your toes. So you want to simply just reach down. You could do 10, 20, 30 times. So reach, touch your toes. You can do 1 at a time, but you'd be doing touch your toes up and down. So you do that, say either for a minute, 30 seconds, or you can do it for a number. So down, touch your toes, back up. Down, touch your toes, back up. That would be what I'm looking for touching your toes. So number 3 we have here would be frog jumps. So a lot of times when we had Phi Ed in the atrium, we did frog jumps. So it's a very fun movement that your whole body gets involved doing. So for example here, if I'm doing a frog jump, I want to start in the position that I can get down, touch the ground, and jump up. Touch the ground, and back up. So for example, if you roll a 3, or if you choose to do each one individually, you can do 10 frog jumps in a row. So down, up high, feet off the ground, down, up, and that is your frog jump. Next on the board we have for number 4 would be arm circles. So when we do our warm-ups, arm circles are simply arms out wide, start slow, arms go smaller and get bigger, and bigger, and bigger, and all the way around. Then we want to go backwards, so we get forward and back. So start big, and get slower, 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 back to the center. So that would be our arm circles. Next, after that, we have is number 5. Number 5 is next. So we would be doing jumping jacks. Number 5 would be jumping jacks. So simply again, you want to make sure you get some height off the ground, but arms come out and up, and legs go out. So make sure you do a proper jumping jack. So you're going to go and say do 5 or 10. You can do 5 or 10. It's up to you, boys and girls. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. That would be number 5 on our dice game board, would be jumping jacks. Next we have is 6. 6 would be, is what I call, we did in class with some of us, would be called dance party. So for 10, 20 seconds or 30 seconds, you can choose a dance that you like to do at home. It could be any dance, it could be any movement, it could be something that you have done online or done that you see, that you enjoy. It could be simply just moving around. That could be your dance. So dance party would be doing any dance you want for possibly 30 seconds or more, or it's up to you. So that would be number 6. If you roll the number 6, would be your dance party. Then we have number 7. So number 7 is a squat. So when you do a squat, you want to make sure that you get down low enough that you get the full range of motion. So for example, when you're doing a squat, you want to get low enough, but not too low. So if I'm standing sideways, arms out, I'm going to go down and back up. So feet about shoulder width apart, down and back up. So again, arms out, feet shoulder width apart, and back up. So that would be our squat motion. So you can do 5 of those, 10 of those, pick a number that you feel comfortable doing at home. So that would be the squat motion if you roll number 7. Number 8 on the board is high knees. So again, you want to bring your knees up to about past your waist level. So an easy trick to make sure that your knees are coming up is to hold your hands at your waist. So again, high knees would be up. So you can do that, 10 times each leg. You can do it for 10 seconds. But you want to make sure that you're getting your knees high enough above your waist. So make sure that when you're doing high knees, they come up high enough so that you get that full range of kind of your opposite legs come up, come down. So make sure you try and get that height on our high knees. Next we have is our jump rope. So if you have a jump rope at home, or you can just do the actual jump rope motion. So keep your hands at your hips and jump rope. So if you roll that one on, you can do it for 10 times. You can do it for 10 seconds. You can do it for a certain amount of time if you want to. But that's another one that we can do that's very, very easy to do if you don't have equipment, or if you do have equipment, you can just do the motion with your hands. Still same effect. Then we have is what we did in the atrium with our stretches. We have butt kickers. So you want to hit your backside with the heel of your foot. So you want to bring the heel up to your backside on both legs. So if you're standing like this, if you want to watch, you're going to try and bring that heel up and stretch out the front of your leg. So that's going to stretch out the front of your thigh. So it's good for sports exercises. It's good for getting ready for different sporting events. It's a good way to get your legs nice and warmed up. So it'll be like this. So you want to bring that foot up and hit your backside so you get the front of the leg nice and stretched out. Our next one that we have would be the burpees. So we did this. Another video is a burpee. So you want to go down, kind of do a push-up, push yourself back up, bring your legs up, and come back up high. So burpee, for example, would be you're going to go down, legs back, legs up, and jump high. That would be your burpee. So go down, legs back in, and up high. That would be your burpee. So the next we have is push-ups. So again, push-up position. If you're more comfortable doing it maybe with your knees back, that's fine. So a solid push-up. Get down on all fours, hands down, knees up. Keep your core tight. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. That would be 5 push-ups. If you want to keep your knees down, that's fine too. So it's just a little bit easier just before you get, feeling more comfortable. So next one we have would be 13, would be lunges. So lunges are a great warm-up exercise. So they're going to be alternating left leg, right leg. So you want to step forward, knee down, but not to the ground. You're going to get close and back up. So a lunge would be leg out, almost touch the ground, back up, and you want to feel that kind of contraction and then that stress in your leg muscles. So if you go all the way down, it doesn't keep that tension on your leg. So next we have is our big hops. So when we jump straight up, you want to make sure that you are using your hands and your arms, that motion to project yourself straight up. So when you're doing your big hops, you want to take your arms, you squat down and go up. So you want to make sure that you're doing the full motion. So watching from the side, you want to bend your knees, arms to the side, and push up with your lower body, your knees, and your legs and your hips, and project yourself straight up. So 1. So you want to get that straight up motion. So arm side, knees bent, and up tall. Then we have is our skaters. So next on the list, if you were to roll a 15, would be our skater motion, which is a nice way to kind of get your legs warmed up and also to work on your balance. So our skiers are simply side to side, one leg kind of leaps. So step and step and step. You can do 10 of those, you can do 20 of those, whatever you choose to do when you're playing, your roll the dice game. So then, after that, we have a balance motion. So balancing you can do a couple different ways. You can do balance on one foot. You can switch to the other foot. You can do foot off to the side. You can do it backwards. You can do it forward. So for example, if I rolled a number 16, I would say 10-second right leg up. So I'd hold that for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that'd be number 16. So for number 17 would be side shuffle. So a lot of times warming up for sports or athletic events, side shuffle is great. So you can go side to side. back and forth, but don't cross your feet, don't touch your feet. Back and forth, that'd be side shuffle. Then number 18 on the board would be just twists, back and forth, back and forth. So that's all 18 of the movements. So for example, if you want to freeze the screen, and if you had your own dice at home, you could do any of those on the board. So again, 1 through 3 or 4 or 6, may not come up as often unless you use only one dice. So if you want to freeze the screen, freeze the board, you could use this as your game at home. So if you had your own dice by yourself or with maybe a family member or someone else at home, you could play this game by yourself. So for example, I have 3 dice here, so I'm going to take the dice and I roll the first one. I have 6. The next dice I have is 1. So 6 plus 1 is 7. So 6 plus 1 plus 2 is 9. So I go to the board, and 9 is jump rope. So I would do jump rope for 10 seconds. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that'd be my one roll. That's what I do for that roll. So I go grab the dice again. I get ready. You can roll whichever way you want. So you can use 1 die, 2 dice, 3. It's up to you. So number 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. So 1 plus 4 plus 3 is 8. So number 8 would be high knees. So depending if I want to do 10, I can pick a number, or I can do it for 5 seconds. So 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5. There's my 5 seconds of high knees. So depending on what you choose, this can be done by do it for seconds or for a count. So this is at the roll the dice game. So again, we'll do one more roll. And we have 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus 2 is 8. So again, I roll 8 again, which would be high knees. So again, you can do the game at home by yourself. We can go back and watch the first 1 through 18 again and just do that and every motion again. Or you can just freeze the screen and practice in the game at home. So either go ahead and please watch the 1 through 18 again and practice all 18 movements, or go ahead, freeze the screen, and you can do the game at home by yourself. So thank you, boys and girls. This would be a great option to do when you have some free time, if you have some dice, or you pick maybe your 5 favorite numbers, between 1 and 18, and do those over and over again. So this is a great way of getting up, moving, make some fun out of, kind of getting active. So thank you, boys and girls, for watching. Any questions, feel free to email me, and have a good rest of your day.